Hey guys, welcome back to Xposed Tuesday. Today we're going to take a look at a module that will help you save battery by controlling how much data is running in the background. Let's check it out. First thing we want to do obviously is download and install the module itself. So we're going to go ahead and download Smart Network. The easy way to do it is go into the installer, look for it under downloads, and then go under modules and then just activate it. It's called Smart Network. Version is 1.5.1 and go ahead and turn it on. Once you restart it, go ahead and restart your system. It should be fine. It is compatible with Android 5.1.1. And then when you first turn it on, there's also the master switch to be able to turn it on. If you disable the master switch, none of these functionalities will turn on. And then once you turn it on, obviously it will work. Other thing here we have is the option to be able to translate. That's one of the options in there. But if you're not, looking into that, don't worry about that. You have different ways of configuring your network connection to be able to save yourself some battery. The first thing obviously is the data synchronization, and that's one of the things that almost 90% of the time runs in the background. So you're able to turn it on to disable it during when the screen is off. You can turn it on during certain times. You can turn it on always whenever you're charging, and then you can set the intervals here at the bottom part of the screen. I usually use different systems or different setups, basically, once every 90 minutes, once every maybe hour, and then that's something like that helps save you time. So as opposed to having your system consistently looking for data to try to sync, it can do it once an hour, as long as you're okay with that synchronization base. The other one is the ability to turn off LTE or higher power-hungry bands on your system, and then default it to 2G or 3G or GSM connections when the screen is off. This helps you save power because in the background it's using less power-hungry radios, and it gives you better battery savings on your system. And of course, you can go in here and then set it up to be the default pack when it does turn back on. You do have the ability of having a whitelisting, if it's connected to a Wi-Fi access point, keeping active while during calls, because obviously as you're on a call and you're sometimes your screen turns off when you put the phone to your face. You do want to be able to have that control over here, and of course you have a timer option to be able to set the delay on that. Last thing we have here obviously is within Wi-Fi connections as far as data is the ability to set it also to configure the Wi-Fi options as far as do you want to turn off, do you want to whitelist certain applications, basically let's say you're downloading a podcast or something, you don't want it to stop downloading the podcast if you turn off the screen. So that's one of those things you want to be able to set that. You can also set it up by SSID, so if it's connected to a specific network, also you have the ability to basically keep it there. And of course, keep it on while charging. Keep it on while charging, that's something very nice, but this is mimicking somewhat some of the features that you have built into your normal settings. We do have the same thing for Bluetooth, the ability to turn it off. Again, this is just depending on what you'd like to do. I normally don't use this because I'm using the Motorola the Moto 360 here, and unfortunately that means I would lose connection between the two and I won't be able to get my notifications. NFC is very nice. It does have the ability of turning it off, and you also have the ability of setting a timer, meaning a delay before it does turn itself off. Last but not least, under advanced, wait until screen unlock. This is if you have a PIN, so it disregards the fact that your screen turned on if you're locked on the screen lock. The module is pretty simple. Install it, check the box, restart the system. It is compatible with Android 5.1. That's one of the reasons why I like this on my Nexus 6. The other thing I want to make sure you guys are aware of is a lot of background services do end up eating up your battery, and that's because they're syncing, they're consistently running in the background. Now, if that's something that you want, then obviously this module doesn't really do anything for you. I would recommend you just skipping it. But if you do want to save some battery and maybe set the interval, meaning delay that synchronization process, don't have it done as soon as possible and have it at 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, you will have a considerable amount of battery savings because you're stopping all these extra services. It doesn't need to sync your contacts every second. It doesn't need to sync your library every second. Email, I understand, is a really good thing, but we don't have the ability at this point to be able to just specifically just say, I want my email to sync but everything else to stop. And even the actual native system doesn't give us the ability of syncing one thing at a time. You either sync all the services under your Google account or you sync none of them. So again, this gives us a better understanding of what we can do to disable things for a certain amount of time and have them turn on. You can even set obviously the whitelisting to be able to have things run in the background without losing data connection, even if the screen is off. So a very nice module from the developer of wanam and wanam kit. So those things are very nice modules for the TouchWiz side, and this will work on obviously AOSP based. This is the CM Bliss Pop ROM 5.1 on my system. As usual, like and subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you guys think of this module. If you have any other modules they'd like to see here on Xposed Tuesday, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon.